Bumblebees have lousy eyesight, so how do they pick which flower to visit? It turns out bees are drawn to symmetry. They instinctively fly toward flowers whose petals form a balanced, mirror-like pattern. But bees don't just find symmetric flowers, they build symmetry too. The honeycomb is a good example. Bees construct millions of exact hexagonal cells packed into a seamless tiling. Each cell is a perfect hexagon, and together they form a repeating wallpaper pattern with no gaps or overlaps. But why hexagons? Well, because it's brilliantly efficient. 3 walls meet at 120-degree angles in each corner, so 3 cells fit around a point exactly. If bees tried squares or triangles instead, they'd either leave tiny gaps or need more wax walls for the same honey volume. Symmetry also shows up in a planet far away from us. Saturn's North Pole has a hexagonal storm. It is a 6-sided hurricane. Each side of this polar jet stream is longer than the diameter of Earth, and it's been churning in place for decades. Unlike any storm we know on Earth, which are round, Saturn's polar vortex has remarkably sharp 120-degree corners. How did this happen? Scientists believe the hexagon is essentially a rotating cloud pattern. Its shape may originate as the result of large differences in the speeds of Saturn's winds. High-resolution images from the Cassini spacecraft revealed that inside the hexagon there is even a smaller round storm, literally a storm within a storm. Symmetry isn't only visual, it can be auditory too. Johann Sebastian Bach famously composed a piece called the Crab Canon, where the melody is a palindrome. In this clever score, one voice plays a tune forwards while a second voice plays the same tune backwards. Miraculously, the 2 parts fit perfectly, so the piece sounds coherent either way. Even puzzle makers love symmetry. Standard crossword grids almost always have 180-degree rotational symmetry. That means if you rotate the puzzle 180 degrees, flip it upside down, the pattern of black and white squares stays the same. For example, a black block in the upper left will have a matching block in the lower right, and so on. You can find symmetry in your salad too. The Romanesco broccoli looks like a tiny green fractal. Each floret is a mini spiral, and the whole head is a larger spiral, repeating the same pattern at different scales. These spirals follow the Fibonacci sequence, the same numbers that describe sunflower seed heads and pine cones. In other words, Romanesco is self-similar. Each part reflects the shape of the whole. Filmmakers regularly sneak symmetry into their movie. Directors like Wes Anderson and Stanley Kubrick are famous for centering their shots perfectly. In The Shining, for example, endless hotel corridors are shot so that doors and lamps align exactly down the middle of the frame. In Wes Anderson's films, heroes often stand dead center in a perfectly symmetrical room. These compositions feel satisfying because our eyes love balance. Some fruits are also naturally symmetric. Starfruit lives up to its name. Slice one crosswise, and the seeds form a perfect 5-point star. Every slice has a 5-fold rotational symmetry. The intricate tile and mosaic patterns found in Islamic art are classic examples of symmetry. Moorish and Persian designs use repeating geometric shapes with perfect symmetry. You can literally split many mosaic patterns down a line, and each half is a mirror of the other. The result is mesmerizing star and rosette patterns that look the same from multiple angles. Many animals are symmetrical too. Humans have bilateral symmetry, jellyfish has radial symmetry, and sea stars usually have 5-fold radial symmetry. The sea star can be divided into 5 identical segments. This body shape helps them move and feed equally in all directions. Rorschach ink blots are symmetric images too. Hermann Rorschach created his famous test by folding ink on paper, so each blot is a perfect mirror image on the left and right. This wasn't an accident. Rorschach tried both asymmetric and symmetric ink blots and decided symmetric ones worked better. In practice, every Rorschach card has bilateral symmetry. The reason is that symmetric images tend to evoke stronger or clearer responses when people describe what they see. Physics gives us symmetry too. When a pebble drops into a pond, the ripples spread out in nearly perfect circles, even if the pebble hits at a weird angle. Symmetry shows up in the most unexpected places. The next time you notice something pleasingly balanced, take a moment to appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, do like, comment, and subscribe.